Oh goody, it's raining again. Ah, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Pablo Escobar, and as you can see we are over here at the Maze Bank offices, because today we are going to go and purchase the latest vehicle. Sorting hell, I've got to go and buzz my own bloody door again. Okay, now what was I saying? So we're here to purchase... Oh, before I begin, yes, I must warn you, ladies and gentlemen, don't speak to my secretary. She recently liberated a lot of children from an illegal sweatshop just to force them to work in her own sweatshop. Oh, thank you for the shoes, my darling. They were fantastic. Now, what was I saying? Fell apart in an instant, First time I wore them, absolutely wretched one. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to have a look at the latest vehicle released by Rockstar, don't you know? As we like to do. And so I do believe that this one's called the Previon or the Previon or something. We're going to have a look. Either way, it can be found under the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. It's the Karin Previon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so another Karin for us, ladies and gentlemen. How wonderful. Okay, and it's a very antiquated looking vehicle there, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Very 90s sort of looking. This has got a trade price of 1.7, ladies and gentlemen, and a buy it now price of, what the hell was it, 1.4, I do believe, something like that. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get there in another Karin. This is the 190Z. It is a rather beautiful vehicle, I'm sure you'll agree. It is a classic vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, so it's not the best driving. Perhaps I go for the Visitors if you're looking for something like that, but my God, it's beautiful. Sort of damaged the hood there, didn't I? Okay, well, never mind. Pay no attention to that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, we're going to head on inside, ladies and gentlemen, in the wet weather again. And here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. This is it. What can one say, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, it looks sort of more boring than a librarian in a burqa bikini now, doesn't it? Let's be quite frank about these things, A very sort of boring 1990s sort of style car. Sort of a coupe style, ladies and gentlemen, two-door Japanese origin, no doubt. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's be perfectly frank about these things. It's sort of rather underwhelming. But you never know, ladies and gentlemen, these Japanese cars can perform very, very well. So let's take it out and see how it handles. And okay, it's still raining. We've been waiting hours and hours, and I've just got to make some... Listen, Rockstar, we know that you've got fantastic imagination, but can you not imagine a world where it doesn't rain? I mean, we know you're Scottish, for God's sake, but this is supposed to be California, is it not? It doesn't rain in California, for God's sake. We'll just take the car back inside and wait until it stopped raining. Okay, well done, Rockstar, well done. Like I say, we know you're Scottish, but for God's sake, it's not supposed to... can you not just imagine a world where it doesn't rain all over the time, for God's sake? It's California. It doesn't rain at all, for God's sake. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, every time we're going to do a video, I'll stop moaning. Every time, ladies and gentlemen, we do a video, rain. Anyway, here we go. Acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, up the hill, and yes, there we go. Handling, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, right. Oh, rather interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sodding hell, right. Okay, right. Sort of twitchy and sliding, right. Okay, right. A little bit. Perhaps that's whoops. No back end kicking out there. Right. Okay, so we're gonna have a look at top end speed if we can, ladies and gentlemen. See what air we get off these hills. And okay, we did sort of make it down the first one. Let's have a look at the second one. And right. Okay, so not thoroughly impressive, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try and get around that car in the sodding way. Right. Acceleration along the flat, ladies and gentlemen. Admittedly, going across the grass, it doesn't really count for much, but it didn't feel like much there, did it? Okay, we'll check out the stability. Okay, and yes, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of spinning out all over the place there. Okay, so we're going to check out top end speed, and okay, not too good now, is it, ladies and gentlemen? It does seem to be sort of underperforming there. Okay, well, never mind, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try and get around this top left-hand corner, and okay, there we go. It's sort of shoddy, really, but not too bad. The handling, ladies and gentlemen, is responsive. Really good responsive handling. The handling is good, ladies and gentlemen. The rest of the performance, ladies and gentlemen, not entirely certain. Right, someone's parked in front of the sodding garage. How about that? Right, okay, we're going to try and sneak past them. Okay, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen, taking on inside to the custom auto shop. Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to take it in, as I say, the Karin Previon into the custom auto shop, ladies and gentlemen. And now, as always, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still provide you, the viewer, with the opportunity to have a look at the different modifications that can be effected to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it. And it is perhaps also worth pointing out, in the interest of brevity, ladies and gentlemen, we have also, for this particular video, gone and cut out some of the performance modifications in terms of transmission, tuning, engine tuning, the turbo, ladies and gentlemen, the transmission, suspension, that kind of thing, you know, just to give you a chance to have a look at the more relevant modifications, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that all being said, what can one say about this particular vehicle, the Karin Previon? Okay, well, what can one say about it? I mean, really, it's sort of more, in terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of more underwhelming than a ballet performed by sea lions, you know. It really is just that underwhelming. And it's, that's pretty much the story for it, and as far as the unupgraded version goes, I'm afraid. Acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, is lacking. Top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm afraid to report it didn't seem to be moving too fast along there, although we have now had the upgrades completed to the vehicle. It may make it move some quicker. So acceleration poor, ladies and gentlemen, top end speed poor. Handling is about the only area where this car's got anything going for it. The handling's not too bad on it. It's a long car, ladies and gentlemen, sodding long. Look at the state of that, you know. But the handling is quite responsive, you know, so that's got going for it. Looks, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, let's be honest with you, you know, it's like I say, it's a very boring and mundane vehicle. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we have now completed the upgrades. I'm going to take her on the street and see how she handles. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Karin Previon fully upgraded across the board, and let's see what she does. Okay, so acceleration, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's sort of more lacking than Boris Johnson's sense of dignity, isn't it? You know, top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it is moving, but compared to other cars, it's sort of more underperforming than an impotent schoolboy with premature ejaculation problems. You know, handling, ladies and gentlemen, is the one area where it's good, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's sort of more responsive than an ambulance department at an English football final. You know, it's like sort of responsive, it really is. You see this top end is sort of flying down there, and it really is sort of slower than a legless donkey on a space hopper. Okay, so you know, that's it. You know, what can one say? Sort of like I say, it's got some very good handling, ladies and gentlemen. The back end does want to kick out. Whoops, there's something blowing up there. Back end does want to kick out, but other than that, ladies and gentlemen, not overawed with it, got to say. Okay, now with these vehicles, ladies and gentlemen, these latest vehicles, it does have to be pointed out, you can always bring them down to the LS Street Meet, should you so choose, and it'll be indicated on the map here. Now, once you take the vehicle inside, ladies and gentlemen, you can choose to go and have it modified inside the Ellis Street Meet, ladies and gentlemen, where you can choose to go and have the slick tires. How about that? A raccoon trying to sneak into my vehicle. Yes, you can have the low grip tires put on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like we said, this was a section we'll be cutting from upcoming videos more than likely. Okay, the whole point of low grip tires, ladies and gentlemen, we've got two Karin Previons, both in the default stance here. One has got low grip tires, that's myself, Mr. Raccoon, and his vehicle does not have the low grip tires. He has far better acceleration. My acceleration is impeded, but my top end speed is massively improved. However, my traction is reduced to practically zero, so when I try to take a corner, I've got no starting chance at all, and he's going to go around the corner and win the race, so don't use the low grip tires. Okay, well, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to bring it on up to the top speed test track and see what this Karin Previon, or whatever the hell it's called, can actually do. Now, to give you an indication of what we consider to be a competitive time, ladies and gentlemen, it's 53-54 seconds. That's what the Pegasi Zentorno can do it in. We're going to see what the Karin Previon can do, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, crossing the line, and what do we get? Let's wait and see. First place, of course, we are. No one else is racing. And 57.859. Okay, now that is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. It's not exactly competitive. It's certainly on the far outside edge of competitive, but you never can tell. With handling like this, ladies and gentlemen, this could prove to be a rather interesting car. So first things first, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out what's better, the default stance or the lowered stance. Now, there are two Karin Previons, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Raccoon is in the lowered stance, I am in the default stance, and we're now going to see which is the more superior stance, I suppose. Okay, so here we go, and I'm going to take this opportunity to also point out early enough, ladies and gentlemen, that all of the other vehicles will be driven by Mr. Raccoon. You know his name is the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It is called the Bromby. If you type that into to YouTube, you should be able to find him. When you do that, he's got some rather good videos on there. Okay, well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is rather interesting. This does happen from time to time. It does turn out that the default stance is better all around, better handling, better no sort of detriment to the speed there, ladies and gentlemen. So there's no point in putting in the lowered stance as far as we can ascertain, and all of the races will be performed in the default stance. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, here we go. I believe it's $1,750,000 for this particular vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know if I'll have the prices for them all, but this is the Ocelot Lynx. This is a vehicle that we found hasn't been able to beat a sodding thing around the track as far as we can work out. You know, it just keeps losing to absolutely bloody everything. And there we go. We are getting around the corner in front of it, ladies and gentlemen, and we are some way ahead of it. But there we go. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Ocelot Lynx absolutely loses to absolutely everything on the game, and it's a rather worrying sign that it's coming past us at the line there, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. The Ocelot Lynx, ladies and gentlemen, has beat the Previon, and that really is not a good sign. Okay, and the next vehicle we're bringing out, and this is not an edited, inserted bit of audio, I should point out. I did not keep referring to this vehicle endlessly as the Karin Previon Retro Classic, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't refer to it 4 or 5 times as that, like an absolute fool. Well, it is in fact, ladies and gentlemen, the Anis Elegy Retro. $904,000 for the upgrade on this vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. You can get it for free if you go to Rockstar Social Club. It's got fantastic acceleration based on the Skyline, presumably, and yes, it's crossed the line considerably ahead of the vehicle we're driving. Right, okay, so another retro classic, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are going on to the Vista Comet now, and this is, like I say, it's another retro, don't you know? And for God's sake, how much does this cost now? Okay, so this is coming in about $745,000 all in, I do believe, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see there, yes, it's sort of, we were sort of, it got up to the top of the track there, ladies and gentlemen, but we caught it in the corner, no problem whatsoever. And then it passes us on the back straight there. So, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, this really is not looking particularly good for the Previon. You know, it's sort of, it just hasn't been a sodding thing late yet. Let's be frank about these things. Now we're going to taunt it and torment it, ladies and gentlemen. If it wants to be such a shockingly bad car as it seems to be, we're going to bring out a car that was released relatively recently. It is of the same era, ladies and gentlemen. This is another Karin Previon. It is the RS Classic this time, and it's a tiny, tiny dot in the distance there. So what can one say, ladies and gentlemen, about this vehicle? Like I say, I mean, in terms of looks, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of more mundane than a Monday morning on mood medicine, you know. Like I say, the acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, it's total acceleration. It's like a tortoise with an ingrown toenail, you know. It's absolutely wretched. Okay, so the next vehicle we're bringing out, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the Jester Classic, and once again, I've got absolutely no idea how I've got this prize, but either way, ladies and gentlemen, the Jester Classic is yes, I haven't got the price for this one, so never mind. This is not the new, the Jester RR that was released recently. There's no reported after we consider to be of a similar era, and once again, yes, the Jester Classic is sat in front, like all of the other cars seem to be, in front of the Previon. So yes, I mean, like I say, I mean, in terms of top speed, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of more disappointing than watching a porno with the Queen in it, you know. It's just going to disappoint you that badly. Okay, well, never mind, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring it on to the next vehicle, and this is what we consider, to be a serious competitor, and that's what we've taken to call it, ladies and gentlemen. It is for the uninitiated, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are not aware, this is the Benefactor Serrano, $110,000 only for this, the bottom-end Serrano sports car, and so you think, well, of course, it's going to be sat behind it, and it is, ladies and gentlemen, it's sat all the way behind the Previon there, or whatever the hell it's called, until the back straight where it comes past, and there we go. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are not aware of the Benefactor Serrano, you certainly are now. Okay, so the next vehicle we're going to bring out, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be what Mr. Raccoon likes to refer to as Big Daddy Z. This is the Pegassi Zentorno, $725,000 for this particular car, ladies and gentlemen. It is a sports car, and it's an absolutely fantastic sports car. If you don't own one, or a supercar, I should say, do it. It is a supercar. If you don't own it already, ladies and gentlemen, you should go ahead and purchase it, because it's absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, so what can we say, you know, about this Previon? You know, it's sort of, its steering is sharp, ladies and gentlemen. It's sharper than a Sicilian sense of style, but the back end's kind of sort of, I mean, it's sort of more wayward than Ariana Grande's rear end. Okay, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. There's only one more question, of course, and that question is, the Grotti Italy RSX. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is going to be yes. It's going to absolutely monster the Previon. If you haven't been keeping up with current events, ladies and gentlemen, this Karin Previon hasn't won a single race, hasn't beaten a single car. It's lost to absolutely everything we put it against. It's an appalling waste of time. We're absolutely load the vehicle, and I can say even before the wrap-up, don't bother spending your money on it. There's a lot better cars out there, you know. Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Grotti Italy RSX disappearing into the distance there, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the Karin Previon, or Previon, or whoever cares what it's called, crossing the line about a minute behind it. Okay, so I know what I think, ladies and gentlemen. I've got no idea what Mr. Raccoon thinks about it, though, you know. Myself, I'm not pushed on it. You know. I'm not taking it. Not too sure about Mr. Raccoon. Not sure what his opinion is on this vehicle, you know. And, you know, I've got a sneaking suspicion. I think he might like it. What do you say, Mr. Raccoon? Right, okay, no, I don't think he does like it. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching it.